Welcome back to the studios of Hala Ramadan once again, dear viewers. Now for our next segment, we have a phone call with the CEO of Knowledge Consulting Co. We have with us Hamza Taqi. Hello, Hamza, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hello.
Good to be with you, Rania.
It's good to have you with us.
The audience. Thank you.
Ramadan Kareem to you, Hamza. Now, let's start off with your role at your consulting agency. Now, you have workshops, virtual workshops that you run. Tell us about those and what in specific do you focus on?
Well, basically, because of the lockdown and because of COVID-19, it's part of our corporate social responsibilities. So what we are doing every Sunday, we're doing 1 hour webcast, and what we're basically encouraging the people that are at home to do something in their time to practice different issues. So last time we did the fish philosophy.
The fish philosophy?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a concept comes from Pike's Place Fish Market in Seattle, Washington. This fish market works like in a very bad conditions, ice, smell, the fish and everything. But they have 4 strategies that they use and made them a world-class fish market.
I
so
see.
Really, many organizations uses these strategies, and so us at home. With the people who are volunteering, the ministries, everybody is working really hard, especially the doctors and the nurses and, all the people who are in the front line.
Right.
And we are staying at home. So we have to do something. I mean, staying at home for 6 weeks or maybe longer, we can really utilize the time in a much better way. So we are ready for life after Corona. So it's always about positiveness and so on. But if you want me to go to the details, I can do that.
Yes, of course, Hamza, we'd love to talk more about this. And as you were saying, with COVID-19, we have taken our lives indoors and onto online. And so with that, virtual workshops have become more important. Have you realized that individuals are turning to them more? Are they showing more successful results in connecting with people now more than before?
Oh, yeah, definitely. See, before COVID, this is in the West, was working, and usually they do it on a blended, some online and some face-to-face. But now with the lockdown, this is the best time because, see, we're staying home.
Right.
Everybody is at home. And so you're and the beauty about virtual learning is you can reach, geographically more people. Like last time we had people from Istanbul, those Kuwaitis who were stuck there. Some of them joined us, some from Qatar, some from Saudi, Bahrain, Oman, So you can reach really more destinations and you can influence more people, I believe.
That's great to hear how the internet is able to connect us, and even now more so when we have more important messages to send across to keep people calm. And I know, Hamza, that some of your workshops have focused on reducing stress, reducing anxiety. Now, why do you think that these are more important in this time?
Well, stress and anxiety and fear makes our brain, gives order for the stress hormone called cortisol. It is a good hormone when you are stressed, but when you are stressed for a longer period, it becomes harmful and it will hurt your immune system. So you will be more recipient for the virus.
Right.
But we are trying to, give some sort of, from our own knowledge and what we studied and what we preach on how to control your stress. So you don't hurt your immune system and you'll be more eligible to catch the virus, God forbid.
Right, and this is something we're all trying to avoid right now. And as you're saying, reducing stress levels is one way to do that. But another way, Hamza, is to engage in different activities at home. So you're an expert in the field of coaching. Now, tell us from your opinion, in working with your coachees, how would you best advise them to fill up their time as they're stuck at home right now?
Well, there are so many things we can do. Really, really. I mean, with this lockdown, we have more time.
Right.
Before, we used to complain, I don't have time to read, I don't have time to study, I don't have time to do my hobbies, I don't have time to stay with my family, with my kids. I'm always working, I'm always running, and now it's the time. So what we all were asking for, now it's available for us. How we're going to use it? We should have a plan. We should have, like, a lot of people we talk to, they say, I don't have time to have a plan. So this is the time to plan your life, to plan to look inward to yourself, to your values, to your principles. Maybe there are some belief systems that are good. Okay, you capitalize. Maybe there are some that are not good anymore, and you should get rid of them. So it's really, there are so many things. Reading a book, going on YouTube, learning something new, playing games with the family, board games, Pictionaries, whatever, even, those old games that we play like Snake and
the board
Ladder.
games, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a good time to connect with your family members. You're asking your children what with their hobbies. You try to help them out in their hobbies and encouraging them to do certain things, exercising, doing. There are many things. I cannot really list them all.
It depends, and of course it goes back to the individual. But as you were saying, it's about connecting to ourselves, our families, to God, and to our spirituality and religion, especially now in Ramadan.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Hamza, you mentioned children and keeping them engaged with board games, for example. But what other advice do you have for parents in helping children cope with the stressful time? Because it's already hard enough on us as adults, and then you can only imagine the stress on children.
I agree, Rania. See, basically, what we have two types of children. Now, the children that didn't go to school, the infants, these guys are really happy. They're so excited because they are seeing their parents for once. The children who are used to have a routine of going to school, they have issues, and these children that we want to address here. There are some schools that are ongoing. They're doing virtual learning, and they have homework, so they feel some sense of contribution and some sense of belonging that they are still in school. Others are not doing that. Now, the parents should be involved, and then this is our time, really, as parents, to sit and look at the books and try to, to keep their minds working. Because, see, children, their brain is growing. And if you miss a long time without them doing certain activities that stimulate their brains and create new neurons in the brain, they will be weak. So my advice is, like, there are many games in the internet you can download or check, like mind games, like some sort of formulas that they can fix, and puzzles. These things will help the child, create new neurons in their brain, and their brain will grow because they are in the growth stage.
Right.
And we don't want to miss any time. And we should have a schedule for them. We should have a plan.
Right, like bring in routine again.
Exactly. Bring a new routine into your life with the lockdown, and take advantage, sit with your children and do brainstorming sessions. What are we going to do? Let them write ideas. Let them give you ideas. Involve them, because see, we always say no involvement, no commitment.
Right, exactly.
Some parents, unfortunately, they don't involve their children and they surprise them. Let's do this. And the child will look at, oh, where he's coming from or where she's coming from. So it's better to involve them and ask them and get ideas from them. So we can exercise, we can do aerobics together at home.
Yes, keeping the brain and the body active for sure.
Absolutely. And,
right.
and as you said, Rania, spiritually, we want to connect. You know, we want our connection with God to be pure. And we want to talk about these things, you know. And there are many things to
You're
learn.
right.
There are
You're
many.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, Hamza, you're right. We can continue talking about this on and on, but you've given us plenty of great advice. We thank you for that, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, Rania, and thanks to all your team for really doing a great job. And I would love to, you know, say my thanks to the people who are in the front line. God bless them, and I hope they go back and everything is finished, and Ramadan Kareem to everybody. Thank you for having me, Rania.
Thank you, Hamza. So, dear viewers, with that, we have come to the end of our discussion with the CEO of Knowledge Consulting Co., Hamza Taqi, who's given us wonderful advice on how we can deal with this lockdown. Now let's head over to a quick break, and then we'll be back to continue our episode of Hala Ramadan.